So the joys of working at home. Make yourself a nice coffee. Go and check your resin. Very practical joy of it actually is that with resin it constantly needs your attention. You need to check whether there's some bubbles got in there, some gases escaping, how well the cure's doing, what the central heating's doing or the heating. So very practical being on site. Ways around it, I guess. If you weren't on site, you need to do your resin pours very early in the morning and monitor them throughout your 12-hour working day, which is what most of us work these days. So lots going on today. I'm going to be releasing about 5 or 6 tables from a massive resin mould and some wall hangings. So my son is on holiday from college. He does 2 days a week in border engineering and the rest he does at college, learning engineering. This slab here is going to be the next piece he's working on. Get to show you where he works 2 days a week because we've been over there today to collect some steel for the legs for that slab. That big slab is going to be a coffee table. I need some big drill. Size of that. Working on that now. Let's see how he's getting on. So I've been working on this oak bed using all the Ruwi clamps and on the sliding saw, which is really good. It's turned into a real Ruwi shop here. Will's using this system and it's really helping him speed up the production. Working on your own, it's really good to have stops. We all love it. And this is the kind of metalwork version of what I've been using with the MFTs and all that stuff, which is really, really good. So that's cool. This is one of the big legs, looking great. Can't make my mind up whether we're going to keep some of this industrial metal look and use some of the Oddies oil, whether we're going to go for the new 2-pack system we're using, which is a water-based system but absolutely rock solid. So a cool little trick, I've been putting resin on the side here to fill some cracks, so there's like a little pronounced piece of resin. If I want to keep this dead square, using these clamps on a sliding saw, you can take a gauge, get this right on the blade, take a gauge here of where that is, and then transfer, you've probably seen me do this before, down this end, right on the far end, transfer that exact, and then transfer that, and then you can put this on, and now you can safely cut just literally millimetre, less than a millimetre off. So it's become a real Ruwi shop, this shop. The aids are brilliant, like the clamp for my sliding saw. And my son, this is the first kind of man of wood partnership. He's in the middle of setting up his epic metalwork bench for jigs for the first set of legs. The bed's almost done. This is the back and the front. These are the lovely boards. All polished English oak, heartwood oak. Beautiful colours, really, really nice. Nice little bow tie in there. Some resin down here, not finished polishing. Got loads of new sandpaper to try as well, which I'm going to give you guys links to. Look at this, I've never seen this before. It's kind of so many holes. Now, the idea, big concept behind this is that it doesn't clog or heat up on these elements here, and it really does work. It's definitely better than Abranet. I know people love Abranet. I just find it clogs up really, really quickly if you hit wood, It's okay on resin, but if you got a bit like this, where you got wood and resin, I find the Abranet clogs really quickly and I just get through it. This is much, much better. I've got a whole selection right up to 2,600. I've been sent this selection. It's really good. The same company that supply this water-based 2-pack that I've started to use, and the fantastic, which is Italian, and the fantastic German oil, which is a hard wax oil. There's some links in the description. Okay, so big demolding. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things on the mold. These are wall hangings, these are tables. So these are going through the planer. They probably need a couple more days. When it comes to machining resin, let's say it takes 48 hours for it to properly cure. You can probably demold it in about 24 hours if you're lucky with the temperature and humidity. Leave it 2 days to demold. I would then leave it another 2 days, maybe 3, before you start power planing this or anything that's high speed, just so the resin's really cured. The great thing is getting this stuff out the mold is just so nice. This is quite a big release, but get the mold to the edge of the table. Bring it to the edge of the table like that. Then bring the ends off. That's a really clean release. Look at that, no clear up to do at all. I did have a leak here, not a problem. It's just using some of this acrylic or decorator's chalk, decorator's cork, whatever you call it, whatever you like to call it. Just an odd release, just 2. That will be gooey, but just do it carefully. It's not bad, just a bit messy. Yeah, these are sort of joined themselves in the middle, so I've got to sort those out. But the back's looking good on those. There we go. There you go. It's the next one out. Nice. Going to be planed. That's this one out. It's come out really nice, that wall hanging. On there. So just 5 minutes, give that polypropylene sheet a scrape and it'll be good as new. Okay, that's it for another Sunday shop talk. I can't believe how quick these weeks go by. I hope you found that interesting and insight into what we're doing this week, what we've been up to. Next week is going to be on this bad boy, changing the blades. People have asked me when I change them. These blades are about 14 months old, maybe a little bit more. They've done loads of hardwood, mainly hardwood and resin. I'm just finding it a bit resistant, so I got a tiny bit of tear out the other down some oak, which I wouldn't normally. So I'm going to spin these blades next week. I'll do some tests before and after and give you a kind of definitive of what it feels like, because I've actually never turned them. This is now over a year old and it's had the same set. So there's 4 sides on here. If that lasts 4 years, that is a bargain. Anyway, let's see how that performs. And don't forget Makerscentral next on Saturday the 11th. I'll be there all day hanging out. You see me at the glass cast stand and just hanging out really. I'm going to be visiting lots of the people that we all like to see. And my son's going to come along with Dying Meat Colin Furs, hopefully. That will be good. Anyway, so now one of the tables, just a quick one, on the Patreon channel, I've just uploaded the first behind the scenes version of the walnut with the square metal legs. So that's already there for the Patreons. I'll be editing that down next week. That'll be on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.